Hi everyone, my name is Sid, and once again I'd like to begin by thanking everyone for this opportunity. We are Team Green Wave, and we're here to present our solution to the case in question. Our solution is universally applicable to short sea shipping globally, but to give us some scope, we've designed it to meet the demands of the MS Aurora Botnia. To start us off, we're going to have ALINA talking about our background findings.
Thank you, Sid. To get to the green future, green ways towards it must be made actively on many levels of maritime industry. Currently, maritime transport emits 2.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions. This number is about to increase, and shipping actors are going to face remarkable financial consequences if we do not take action now. Although LNG is present as a solution, more developed alternatives must be implemented to use right away to get to the ambitious goals set by IMO that are required to save our planet from human action. Making the greener future is not about one alternative, but about multiple steps and innovations on different sectors of shipping. Short sea shipping can use energy sources that cannot be scaled to offshore shipping yet. That's why it's a good spot to test and develop innovations further. When evaluating fuel options, fundamental enablers like energy savings and costs, also other aspects like technical maturity, safety regulations, expertise, and infrastructure are crucial. Before significant technology developments happen, many alternative energy sources like hydrogen and methanol cannot be used. But what can then? Please go ahead, Pauli.
Thank you, Alina. So biogas is an obvious choice considering that the MS Aurora Botnia uses it, but also we feel that it is currently the best solution because it can be transferred efficiently in liquid phase and can be made from multiple different feedstock. A biogas plant has been designed to be built in Urmo, and it is estimated to produce 300,000 gigajoules worth of biogas annually. It will use primarily farm waste as its raw material. From this amount, 2/3 will be used in MS Aurora Botnia and the rest can be sold. It will be capable of enriching and liquefying the biogas, and then the LPG will be trucked to Vaasa via trucks running on this LPG that has been produced. This plant has been estimated to cost 34 million euros, of which 9 million will be subsidized by Finnish government. Initial capital costs are mainly related to digester and storage. Next, AYMEN will talk about our main findings.
Thank you, Pauli. The biomass sourcing is a crucial but also vulnerable activity in the process of biogas generation. The techno-economical potential of Finland in terms of biogas production is estimated to 10 terawatt-hours, which is almost tenfold the existing production capacity, and this highlights the remarkable business opportunity of this sector. Among the important findings of this research, we figure out that this potential is highly concentrated in the west of the country, as shown clearly in red on those maps. Knowing that the port of Vaasa and the biogas plant considered in our case are located within this region, this advantage will facilitate the transfer of different types of raw material, regardless of their energy density that may, in case of long transport distance, present a big issue. Besides, the cost of transport of biomethane by trucks will drop significantly. Although there is not enough to sustain its use at the international level, the biomethane production in the Nordic region, as shown in this map, is particularly suitable to extend the use of this alternative fuel in ships sailing short sea routes and inland waterways voyages within the Baltic Sea, benefiting hence from its lower environmental impact, which allow biomethane to be one of the energy vectors that will play a greater role in the energy transition and regulation compliance of shipping industry in the Nordic region. But not only in the Nordic region, the European Biogas Association predicts accelerated growth of biomethane production in all Europe by 2030 in order to meet the renewable energy demand and achieve climate targets in 2050. According to the forecast shown in this graph, 18 billion cubic meters of biomethane will be produced in 2030 compared to only 6 billion in 2020. This transition of biomethane production in Europe will require at least an increase of 10% per annum. As commercial biomethane production takes off, there is a strong market potential for this alternative in the maritime sector, especially when blended with the renewable methane that can be produced in the near future on an industrial scale using the power-to-gas technology. consisting of an integrated system of hydrogen production through electrolysis powered from renewable energy sources from one hand, and CO2 supply from biomethane upgrading processes from the other hand, as highlighted in this diagram. This will consequently bring a fundamental contribution to the achievement of the strict decarbonization target of the international maritime industry and contribute to address the issue of global warming. Sid, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So we've presented our solution. Now all that remains is to discuss money. It's estimated that biomethane, including production and transportation, would cost approximately 42 cents per cubic meter. Currently, this places the cost higher than that of LNG at 25 cents per cubic meter, or of oil when comparing cost per unit of energy. However, we have three solutions to justify this increase in cost. First, it is predicted that the cost of fossil-based fuels will increase and the cost of biofuels will decrease. This can be seen in the figure above, based on data collected by ALINA. It shows that by 2050, still within the lifespan of the MS Aurora Botnia, the price difference could be negligible. Second, we estimate that switching to biomethane will increase the cost of one ticket on the vessel by no more than a few euro. Until the price difference between the two fuels is diminished, we suggest that this additional cost can be charged directly from the customer. Our sources say that when branded correctly, most customers will happily incur this additional cost. Third, whilst currently there may not be financial incentives to switch to biomethane, there are significant environmental incentives. It's estimated that biomethane would reduce greenhouse gas emissions by over 60% when compared to MDO and by over 50% when compared to traditional LNG. This means that our proposition is in line with the IMO emissions targets decades before they are due. Additionally, our research shows that our proposition is currently the only realistic way of attaining the aforementioned targets. Therefore, our proposed solution would put any company that implements it at the forefront of the struggle against climate change. So in conclusion, we propose building a plant that will produce liquid methane from biowaste. This will then be used as a fuel on board the MS Aurora Botnia to transit the approximately 120 kilometer distance between Vaasa and Uuma. The relatively small increase in cost will be charged directly from the customer. This will be a significant landmark towards sustainable shipping for two reasons. First, the problem of sustainable shipping cannot be solved by one solution alone, and this will pave the road for other solutions, for instance, ammonia, hydrogen, and methanol. And second, this will show the world that there are ways in which sustainable shipping can be achieved here and now. Sustainable shipping is not a dream of the future, but a reality of today. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening.